Billy Ramirez.
Gracias, un aplauso para Reggie Williams aquí. Es un placer. Anyways, I like to open in Spanish sometimes. I look like I might not be able to do that. It's fun feeling like an undercover Latino sometimes. Especially now, because I'm far more likely to be mistaken for eyes than to be taken by eyes. But yeah, I don't know if you can tell from the anything, but I am first generation Mexican American. ¿Qué pasa? I've never been able to do that whistle. I wish I could. If I could, everywhere I go would sound like an aviary. Or a bird store, whatever. As a first generation Mexican American, I've had issues with confidence and anxiety my entire life, and I think I figured out exactly why that is. I think it's because I was raised under the rule of la chancla. If you're not familiar with la chancla, for some mothers it's a piece of footwear like a sandal and/or a disciplinary device. And my mom was lethal with it. She could smack me upside the face before I even knew it, like she was trying to win one of those power slap competitions, you know, power chancla slap, whatever. And then she could also deploy it long range. Like if I was in my room and she thought I was screwing around, from around the corner would come a chancla and smack me upside the head, and it would somehow return to her. Like, I don't know how she ever figured out how to boomerang a chancla, because as far as I know, she never went to Australia or even met an Australian, but somehow she turned into Chancla Dundee or whatever. You call that a chancla? This is a chancla. But anyways, I don't think anyone wants to hear a grown man complain about his parents. Like my parents, they're immigrants from Mexico. They did their best. They managed to send my brother and I both to college. We both graduated. But at the same time, somebody's best could be a C-. And sometimes when I'm hanging out in my not house, or just lying in bed completely alone, or reviewing my portfolio, which is nothing more than an old trapper keeper full of coupons, I wonder what heights could I have reached if I had taken fewer chanclas growing up. Fewer chancla smacks. Which, by the way, part of balanced, nutritious Latino breakfast. You can find chancla smacks in the cereal aisle next to pendejos. That's kind of clever, right? Maybe I could have been a VP of marketing somewhere at a Fortune 500 company, with one of those KY 401s or whatever it's called. But instead, I have 5 different hustles going on right now. They're not even 5 side hustles. They're all 5 main hustles going on right now. Trying to get by, one of which is doing the moving work, which is nice because it brings in money, and also sometimes I don't feel Mexican enough, so it's nice to do manual labor. Plus, also with the ice raining around, I could easily pick up a shift at Home Depot. Or maybe I could have been one of those successful bilingual lawyers you see in LA with the billboards, the languages. Like, did you slip on a churro at Disneyland? Call me. Te partiste la madre con un pinche churro, llámame. Anyways, but speaking of LA though, in a city that's designed to just shatter your ego and just break you down, I do get to feel confident every now and then here in LA, and that's whenever I walk into a Mexican restaurant, a taqueria. Whenever I hear someone order something like a chicken quesadilla, chicken fajitas, chimichangas. By the way, it's a tragedy that the actor Eric Estrada and the singer Celia Cruz never teamed up for anything. They got out a variety show called Chips and Salsa. All right, now it's on house. But anyways, whenever I hear someone order something in that funky manner, like I just cannot resist acting in a telenovela that nobody's shooting. Like all of a sudden, I just have to. ¿Qué tal, preciosa? It could be a dude, I don't care. Señor preciosa, and it could be 9 or something in my eyes for some reason. En este momento yo deseo 3 tacos de carne asada, 2 churros y una Fanta. Gracias, por favor, muy amable. Buen provecho, que Dios te bendiga. And then when I'm feeling extra confident, I'll throw in some bonus words like agujeta, crepúsculo, ferrocarril. And that only means shoelace, twilight, railroad. Anyways, yeah, but actually doesn't really matter where or when I hablo español, because whenever I do, I go completely overboard. and basically turn into. Actually, hold on. So when I order in Spanish though, like I think I sound smooth and todo eso, but I have this face and demeanor. So sometimes I'll order in fluent español, and then in return I'll get a. Okay, you want 3 tacos, hijo de su. All right, fine, Jose. I will have a side of that green whack-a-mole, whatever it's called. Anyways, whenever I get to hablar español, I go completely overboard and basically turn into one of those Latino reporters you see on the news. I don't know if anyone still watches the news, but if you do, pay attention to any reporter whose last name ends in EZ, and there's a very good chance that reporter is going to take any and every opportunity to celebrate the rich cultural tapestry of the Spanish language. And that's how I hablo español, like a Latino reporter wrapping up a segment. Something like, police don't have any further information on the suspect reporting live from Rancho Santa Margarita. This is Gustavo Gutierrez, el mero más chingón, tú sabes, güey, for ABC 7 News. Back to you,